So now we come to the 48th chapter of the Samyutta Nikaya, Indriya Samyutta. Indriya means the faculties. There are 5 faculties. Others will come and we'll read them. The first sutta is 48.8. The Buddha said, "Monks, there are these 5 faculties." What 5? The faculty of faith, the faculty of energy, the faculty of recollection, sati, the faculty of concentration, samadhi, the faculty of wisdom, so faith, energy, recollection, concentration and wisdom. These are the 5 faculties. And where, monks, is the faculty of faith to be seen? The faculty of faith is to be seen here in the 4 factors of stream entry. When a person, stop here for a moment. These 4 factors of stream entry, when a person attains stream entry, he attains 4 factors. One is, you can call it unshakable faith in the Buddha. Second is unshakable faith in the Dhamma. Third is unshakable faith in the Sangha. And then the last factor, he has, sometimes it's called perfect sila, perfect moral conduct. Sometimes it's called Aryan moral conduct. So I mentioned that Aryan sila refers to 3 factors in the Noble Eightfold Path. Right speech, right action and right livelihood. Which also means 7 factors. Not to kill, not to steal. Actually, not to kill, not to take what is not given, not to engage in sexual misconduct. And then the 4 verbal ones are not to lie, not to engage in malicious speech or divisive speech. The third is not to engage in coarse speech, not to engage in idle gossip. So Aryan Sila basically consists of 7 precepts. So this faith is to be seen in the 4 factors of stream entry. Once a person has attained stream entry, he has faith. But later we'll see, actually faith, there are 2 types. One is faith, one is unshakable faith, and there is a difference. Later you see. And where, monks, is the faculty of energy to be seen? The faculty of energy is to be seen here in the 4 right efforts. 4 right efforts is a factor of the Noble Eightfold Path, namely the 6th factor, isn't it? Right effort. So when you apply effort, that means right effort, that is faculty of energy, energetic effort. And where, monks, is the faculty of sati, recollection, to be seen? The faculty of recollection is to be seen here in the 4 intense states of recollection, the 4 satipatthanas. It is not only to be seen in the 4 satipatthanas, it's also to be seen in the samasati, perfect or right sati. And where, monks, is the faculty of concentration to be seen? The faculty of concentration is to be seen here in the 4 jhanas. I note here carefully in the suttas, when the Buddha talks about concentration, it's always like this. Buddha refers to 4 jhanas, nothing short of the 4 jhanas. First 3 jhanas are easier to attain. The 4th jhana is very difficult to attain. The difference between the first 3 jhanas and the 4th jhana is the first 3 jhanas, the Buddha says, are still perturbable. Still, the mind can still shake. But the 4th jhana is so solid, so stable. So it is because the mind is so strong in the 4th jhana. And the Buddha says when you attain the 4th jhana, you can see things very clearly. Everything falls into place. You can understand everything. So that's why psychic powers comes and you can recollect your past life and other psychic powers, and that is a condition for attaining anagamin and arahanthood also. And where, monks, is the faculty of wisdom to be seen? The faculty of wisdom is to be seen here in the 4 noble truths. These, monks, are the 5 faculties. So if you understand the 4 noble truths, then you have wisdom. So these are the 5 faculties. 5 faculties are important factors Okay, we come to the next sutta, 48.10. Monks, there are these 5 faculties. What 5? The faculty of faith, the faculty of energy, the faculty of recollection, the faculty of concentration, the faculty of wisdom. And what monks is the faculty of faith? Here monks, the noble disciple is a person of faith, one who places faith in the enlightenment of the Tathagata. Thus, the Blessed One is, this one is refers to that Itipiso, Bhagava, Arahang, Samma, Sambuddho, and all that. So, teacher of devas and humans, enlightened one, blessed one. And what monks is the faculty of energy? Here monks, a noble disciple dwells with energy aroused for the abandoning of unwholesome states and the acquisition of wholesome states. He is strong, firm in exertion, not shirking the responsibility of cultivating wholesome states. He generates desire for the non-arising of unarisen, evil, unwholesome states. He makes an effort, arouses energy, applies his mind and strives. He generates desire for the abandoning of arisen and evil, unwholesome states. He makes an effort, arouses energy, applies his mind and strives. He generates desire for the arising of unarisen wholesome states. He makes an effort, arouses energy, applies his mind and strives. He generates desire for the maintenance of arisen wholesome states, for the non-decay, increase, expansion and fulfillment by development. He makes an effort, arouses energy, applies his mind and strives. This is called the faculty of energy. So, here faculty of energy means striving to get rid of unwholesome states and developing wholesome states. And what monks is a faculty of recollection. Here monks, the noble disciple is collected or recollected, possessing supreme discrimination, and one who remembers and recollects what was done and said long ago. Similarly, he dwells contemplating, and then he dwells contemplating the body in the body, feelings in feelings, mind in mind, Dhamma in Dhamma, ardent, clearly aware, collected, having removed covetousness and grief in regard to the world. This is called the faculty of recollection, sati. So here you see the definition of sati is one who possesses supreme discrimination. That's the translation in the Pali Text Society. One who remembers and recollects what was done and said long ago. So this sati has a lot to do with remembering. If you have good sati, then you remember what was done and said a long time ago. So in the practice of sati, it means remembering to put your mind on the 4 objects of sati. That's why it has to do with sati. It is not general mindfulness, but specific mindfulness directed to only 4 things. So to prevent your mind from running away from these 4 things, you need to remember. That's why this sati has a lot to do with remembering. Always remember to put your mind on these 4 things and not to allow it to go out to the 6 sense doors, to see, to hear, to smell, taste and all that. And what monks is the faculty of concentration. Here monks, the noble disciple gains concentration, gains one-pointedness of mind, having made release the object, secluded from sensual desires, secluded from unwholesome states. He enters and dwells in the first jhana, which is accompanied by thought directed and sustained, with delight and happiness born of seclusion. With the subsiding of thought directed and sustained, he enters and dwells in the second jhana, which has internal confidence and unification of mind, is without thought directed and sustained, and has delight and happiness born of concentration. With the fading away as well of delight, he dwells equanimous and collected and mindful. He experiences happiness with the body. He enters and dwells in the third jhana, of which the noble ones declare, he is equanimous, collected, one who dwells happily. With the abandoning of pleasure and pain and the previous passing away of joy and displeasure, he enters and dwells in the fourth jhana, which is neither painful nor pleasant, and includes the utter purification of sati and upekkha, utter purification of recollection and equanimity. This is called the faculty of concentration. You look carefully at this explanation of samadhi here. In the beginning it says that he gains one-pointedness of mind. And then to explain one-pointedness of mind, the sutta talks about the 4 jhanas. So in the suttas, one-pointedness of mind always refers to the 4 jhanas. It's only later monks using writing in the commentaries and all that. There's such thing as Kanika Samadhi, momentary concentration, and then Upachara Samadhi. But this is not recognized by the Buddha. We fall short of the Buddha's Samadhi. Buddha's one-pointedness of mind, as seen here very clearly, one-pointedness of mind always refers to the 4 jhanas. And what monks is the faculty of wisdom. Here monks, the noble disciple is wise. He possesses wisdom directed to arising and passing away, which is noble and penetrative, leading to the complete destruction of suffering. He understands as it really is, this is suffering. He understands as it really is, this is the origin of suffering. He understands as it really is, this is the cessation of suffering. He understands as it really is, this is the way leading to the cessation of suffering. This is called the faculty of wisdom. These monks are the 5 faculties. So one has wisdom when one sees arising and passing away of everything in the world, how things are so impermanent. And then you will understand the 4 noble truths. That is wisdom. So here you see the 5 faculties are explained in a very detailed way. Faith means having faith in the enlightenment of the Buddha. You can also say having faith in the triple gems, in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. And the faculty of energy is directed to the mind, to get rid of unwholesome states of mind and to develop wholesome states of mind. Is the meaning of energy or effort. This is very important. A lot of people meditate. We don't look at our mind so much. If you don't look at your mind so much, you don't see your faults, and you cannot progress. You have to see our faults, to see our unwholesome states like anger, greed, ego, and all that. And then when we recognize these unwholesome states in us, then slowly we keep changing ourselves. But you must have the humility to acknowledge that you have these faults in you. And then when you make an effort to get rid of them, then if you understand the Dhamma, even it's very difficult also, you make strong effort to get rid of your unwholesome states. And then you slowly change from an ugly duckling to a beautiful swan. Then faculty of sati is a faculty of remembering to put your attention or your mindfulness only on body, feelings, mind, and Dhamma, 4 objects only, and not to go out into outside the 6 sense doors to see, to hear, to smell, taste, touch, and think. So that is sati, remembering, put your attention in the right place. And concentration means one-pointedness of mind, and that in this sutta, one-pointedness of mind always refers to the 4 jhanas. And then the faculty of wisdom means seeing the nature of arising and passing away of everything in the world, how everything in the world is impermanent. And then to see the 4 noble truths, and then that is real wisdom. Okay, let's go to the next sutta. 48.12. The Buddha said, monks, there are these 5 faculties. What 5? Faculty of faith, energy, recollection, concentration, and wisdom. These are the 5 faculties. One who has completed and fulfilled these 5 faculties is an arahant. If they are weaker than that, one is a non-returner. If still weaker, a once-returner. If still weaker, a stream enterer. If still weaker, a Dhamma follower. If still weaker, a faith follower. That's the end of the sutta. It's also a quite interesting sutta. It says that if you have developed fully the 5 faculties, you become enlightened, become an arahant. But if you don't fulfill completely, don't develop completely the 5 faculties, maybe say you cultivate it up to 80%, and then you can become an anagamin, non-returner. And then if you develop still less than that, maybe 70%, you can be a once returner, sakadagamin. And if still weaker than that, maybe 50%, you can attain stream entry, sotapanna. And then if still weaker than that, maybe 30%, you may be a Dhamma follower. This Dhamma follower is a first path attainer. First path attainer is still an Arya. We have 8 Arya. The lowest one is a path attainer. And if still weaker than that, that means he don't understand the Dhamma so much, but he has a lot of faith. So he's called a faith follower. Understands some Dhamma, but he has more faith. So he still has entered the stream. So there are 2 important points here that this can be applied similarly to the Noble Eightfold Path. If you fulfill all the 8 factors of the Noble Eightfold Path completely, for example, right view, you have Aryan right view, understand the 4 Noble Truths, but also this understanding right view also got different levels. You got a Sotapanna level, you got a Sakadagamin level, Anagamin and Arahan level. And similarly for the Samadhi factor, perfect Samadhi is 4 jhanas. So to become Arahan and Anagamin, 3rd and 4th fruit, you must attain 4 jhanas. But to become a Sakadagamin, once returner, you can have 3 jhanas, or 2 jhanas, or 1 jhana. You can be a Sakadagamin. But to be a Sotapanna, even you don't have any jhana, you can still be a Sotapanna. But a Sotapanna can also possess 1, 2, 3 jhanas also, but more likely no jhana, because if you have 1, 2, 3 jhanas, your greed, hatred and delusion will reduce, so you become a Sakadagamin, 2nd fruit attainer. So a Sotapanna is more likely not to have any jhana. And similarly with the first path attainer. That's one very important thing just now I just mentioned. The second important thing about this sutta is that you notice the stream enterer, the Sotapanna, is separate from the Dhamma follower and the faith follower. The Dhamma follower and faith follower, they are the first path attainer. The stream enterer or the stream attainer is a Sotapanna, the fruit. So this one, the path attainer, that means the path attainer exists. There's a difference between the path attainer and the fruit attainer. This contradicts the Abhidhamma. Abhidhamma says when you attain the path, immediately it becomes fruit. This is not acceptable in the sutta. In the suttas, once you attain the path, then it takes some time before it becomes fruit. But the latest, when the person dies, in the same lifetime, the path will become fruit. It takes some time, maybe a few years, generally a few years. Abhidhamma says immediately. If it's immediately, then you cannot have these 3 persons, stream enterer, Dhamma follower, faith follower. So these are the 2 things about this sutta. Okay, the next sutta is 48.15. Buddha said, monks, there are these 5 faculties. What 5? The faculty of faith, energy, recollection, concentration and wisdom. These are the 5 faculties. One who has completed and fulfilled these 5 faculties is an Arahant. If they are weaker than that, one is an attainer of Nibbana in the interval. If still weaker, an attainer of Nibbana upon landing. If still weaker, an attainer of Nibbana without exertion. If still weaker, an attainer of Nibbana with exertion. If still weaker, one who is bound upstream, heading towards the Akanita realm. If still weaker, a once returner. If still weaker, a stream enterer. If still weaker, a Dhamma follower. If still weaker, a faith follower. The sutta is very similar to the previous one we read, except that here the Anagamin is explained more in detail. There are 5 types of Anagamin. And this simile for the 5 types of Anagamin is given somewhere. I forgot where, maybe in the Anguttara Nikaya. Like the simile given was a blacksmith heated the iron to red hot. Then he bangs use a big hammer. He knocks at the heated iron to shape it into a hammer or a sword or anything. He keeps banging. So what happens? A chip of iron flies off. Then it hits the ground. Then it cools down. So how long it takes to cool down is different. 5 ways it can cool down. One is when it's flying in the air, it's cooled down. Another one, it touched the ground, and then it cooled down. Another one, it touched the ground, then it starts a fire. It takes some time to cool down, etc. So here there are 5 descriptions. One is an attainer of nibbana in the interval. In the interval, probably, as in the interval when he's going to the heaven, along the way probably he cools down, enters nibbana, and then attainer of nibbana upon landing. That means this Anagamin, they are generally reborn in the Suddhavasa heaven. Suddhavasa heaven is a 4th jhana heaven, which also proves that an Anagamin must have attained 4 jhanas already. Otherwise, how can they be reborn in the 4th jhana heaven? So the second type, he reaches that heaven and then he enters nibbana. And then another one, third one, without practice, he is reborn in the heaven without practice. After a short while, he enters nibbana. Then after that, there's another one, he is reborn in the 4th jhana heaven, and then he has to spend some time and exert himself in meditation, contemplation of the Dhamma. Then he enters nibbana. Then the last one, he has to the Suddhavasa heaven in the Anagamins. It seems they have 5 levels of heaven. So he's reborn in one level, and then he passes away from there, and he's reborn in another level. Then after that, another level goes up to the Akanita heaven, probably the highest. From there, he enters nibbana. So that's the only difference between this sutta and the previous one. It talks about the Anagamin, the 5 types of Anagamin in more detail. Okay, the next sutta is 48.37. That's on page 1681. The Buddha said, monks, there are these 5 faculties. What 5? The pleasure faculty, the pain faculty, the joy faculty, the displeasure faculty, the equanimity faculty. This is a different type of faculty now. What monks is the pleasure faculty? Pleasure faculty is the Sukhindriyani or Sukha Indriya. Pleasure is Sukha. Whatever bodily pleasure there is, whatever bodily comfort, the pleasant, comfortable feeling born of body contact, this monks is called the pleasure faculty. Bodily pleasure in Pali is called Kayika Sukha Vedana. Kaya is body, Sukha is pleasure, Kayika Sukha Vedana feeling. And what monks is the pain faculty, Dukhindriyani, Dukkha Indriya. Whatever bodily pain there is, whatever bodily discomfort, the painful, uncomfortable feeling born of body contact, this monks is called the pain faculty. That means Kayika Dukkha Vedana. So for example, when a person is born in hell, he gets poked, he gets burned, he gets roasted and all that. That is, he has the pain faculty. And what monks is the joy faculty? Joy faculty, Somanasindriyani or Somanasa Indriya. Whatever mental pleasure there is, whatever mental comfort, the pleasant, comfortable feeling born of mind contact, this monks is called the joy faculty. This mental pleasure is cetasika sukha vedana. Cetasika sukha vedana, mental pleasure feeling. And what mounts is the displeasure faculty, domanas indriyani or domanassa indriya. Whatever mental pain there is, whatever mental discomfort, the painful, uncomfortable feeling born of mind contact, this mounts is called the displeasure faculty. This mental pain is called cetasika dukkha vedana. Maybe we can call it grief also, mental pain. And what mounts is the equanimity faculty, upekindriyani or upekha indriya. Whatever feeling there is, whether bodily or mental, that is neither comfortable nor uncomfortable, this mounts is called the equanimity faculty. It's also called adukkha masukha vedana. Adukkha is neither sukha. Adukkha is neither dukkha. And then asukha is neither sukha vedana. Neither comfortable nor uncomfortable. Also called the upekha. So from here, upekha is, the meaning of upekha is neither comfortable or uncomfortable, is neither pleasant or unpleasant. That is upekha. There's no difference between upekha and neither pleasant nor unpleasant. It's the same thing. These are the 5 faculties. Therein mounts, the pleasure faculty and the joy faculty should be seen as pleasant feeling, sukha vedana. The painful faculty and the displeasure faculty should be seen as painful feeling, dukkha vedana. The equanimity faculty should be seen as neither painful nor pleasant feeling. These monks are the 5 faculties. So this last part now is a repeat of what I said. Equanimity faculty or equanimity feeling means neither painful nor pleasant. So there's no difference between neither painful nor pleasant and equanimity is the same thing. So here the sutta has explained what is the pain and happy feeling in the body, and pain and happy feeling in the mind, and the equanimity feeling. Okay, the next sutta is 48.40. Monks, there are these 5 faculties. What 5? The pleasure faculty, the pain faculty, the joy faculty, the displeasure or grief faculty, the equanimity faculty. Here monks, while a monk is dwelling diligent, ardent and resolute, there arises in him the pain faculty, that means the body pain. He understands thus, there has arisen in me this pain faculty. That has a basis, a source, causal formation, a condition. It is impossible for that pain faculty to arise without a basis, without a source, without a causal formation, without a condition. He understands the pain faculty, he understands the origin of the pain faculty, he understands the cessation of the pain faculty, and he understands where the arisen pain faculty ceases without remainder. And where does the arisen pain faculty cease without remainder? Here monks, secluded from sensual pleasures, secluded from unwholesome states, a monk enters and dwells in the first jhana, which is accompanied by thought directed and sustained, with delight and happiness born of seclusion. It is here that the arisen pain faculty ceases without remainder. This monk is called a monk who has understood the cessation of the pain faculty. He directs his mind accordingly. Stop here for a moment. So here, the body pain ceases in the first jhana. So next time you have a lot of body pain, just have to enter the first jhana, no more pain. You see, because when a person enters the first jhana, as in the definition here, it says, secluded from sensual pleasure, secluded from unwholesome states. Secluded means is aloof, aloof from sensual, the six sense bases. The mind withdraws from the six sense bases. It's not that the six sense bases are closed. It's that it does not pay attention. Does not pay attention to sights, sound, smell, taste. So when he does not pay attention to the six sense bases, he does not pay attention to the body also. So because he does not pay attention to the body, he has entered his mind. So he is not aware of his body pain. That's why here in the first jhana, the arisen pain faculty ceases without remainder. Dear monks, while a monk is dwelling diligent, ardent and resolute, there arises in him the displeasure faculty. Displeasure faculty means the mental pain, the grief. He understands thus, there has arisen in me this displeasure faculty. That has a basis, a source, a causal formation, a condition. It is impossible for that displeasure. This sutta is quite long, and I've already passed 1 hour. I think I'll stop here and maybe continue tomorrow night. This sutta.